I'm joined by the new CEO of SimpleGeo, one of the hottest startups that we've been talking about in the past year. Jay Adelson is his name. Used to be at Dig. Jay, thank you so much for coming.
It's my pleasure.
So if you can explain in the most simplest terms to our audience what SimpleGeo is.
Now, SimpleGeo is a service that lets developers create applications that use location in some form.
One of the things that we've seen at this year's conference, last year everybody talked about location. This year they're actually talking about monetizing that location. So taking it one step further, and we're not just talking, X off of this, but really making money off of the analytics of where people are, how much they're spending, and how many people they're able to bring in. Can you talk to us a little bit about how you see the evolution of that in the next year?
Oh, sure. Well, location is a new dimension in the way that people measure anything, transactions. I mean, if you're talking about how often somebody's purchasing something in a particular area, or maybe stock trades, or even like when and where music is purchased. And watching this in real time changes the way that we really look at data. The problem is it's a huge issue. It's hard to measure all this stuff at once, which is one of the reasons why we exist.
How big do you think this market is? When we look at all these different companies, Groupon, Twitter, Foursquare, Koala, all these companies that are trying to capitalize upon location and monetize that to a certain extent, like you, how big do you think that market is worth?
Well, certainly location is involved in billions of dollars of business in this year alone. I mean, it's not just the applications that you see downloaded to iPhones. It's involved in pretty much every type of transaction. Different forms of location will be sort of different market segments, but billions for sure.
Jay, a lot of these companies and a lot of these startups, including SimpleGeo, are building these applications based on companies that have no proven profit models yet, that are not public, and some of them don't even have profit yet. Is that smart? Is that a bubble?
Well, I, as you know, tend to like to focus on building sustainable businesses. I think a lot of these guys are in the experimental phase. They want to see if deals like the Groupon systems and so forth will give them something to monetize their businesses. I think it's probably another 6 months before we see those models flush out.
Last thing here, you guys have several free products. You have the paid product, your monetization strategy, in beta. When can we see that paid model coming out to the full front?
Well, we've already released it to our internal customers. Just a couple weeks ago, we launched the new code. It's really exciting. Probably within for us. Yes.
New code.
I feel like we folded space and time inside and outside. No one knows what we're talking about. But actually, our customers public customers will be able to start accessing this probably within the next 30 days.
Excellent. Jay Adelson, new position as the CEO of SimpleGeo. Thank you so much for joining us.
It was my pleasure.